Hello everybody, it's me, Sugar Song as always, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Today we're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. We're going to be starting off in the pink area, and I'm going to be making a little ice cream truck over here on my little island's output area, if that makes sense. The little nub on the end is going to become the ice cream truck, so I'm going to have to move Margie's or Midge's little house here, and then that way it will look wonderful. So, of course, I sped up the time so that way it's not going to be so long for you guys. I also put in this particular video, because it's been so long since I have posted any of these videos, the three houses that I'm going to be decorating, which of course is Midge's house here, Stitch's, and of course Bonnie's. And Bonnie's house I'm also going to decorate on the outside as well. So you get to look forward to pretty much a pretty longish video, but not really because everything's pretty much sped up. So the idea, of course, for this island, if you guys recall, is the Rainbow Island. We're still on that island, and I have been recording me doing lots of different things for this island, and I hope that you guys will enjoy what I have recorded so far. This one that you're watching in particular is a pretty old one. Red was here today, and I needed to go see if he had something I needed, which actually he did. These particular wire fence I'm going to use behind the ice cream truck is here, and so I bought two of them for the ice cream truck itself, and then of course I bought one of the paintings that I knew was real, and then I got myself the heck out of there. And if you see jump cuts or like weird stuff, it's because sometimes when I'm recording now, it does do like weird jump cut type things, and or not jump cut, sorry. When I'm recording, sometimes what I'll do is like weird glitches. So just be aware of that. I bought some other things that I thought I'll need in the future, just so I can get it out of the way. And of course I needed to buy this sign for the ice cream shop, and I bought some simple panels, but I don't even use those simple panels because of the fact that a lot of times what will end up happening is I have to think outside of the box, because a lot of the builds that I find on Pinterest use like custom designs that are on the simple panels, and the problem with that is I just don't have any room for any more customization, custom design type stuff. So I got them and then promptly forgot about them. But yeah, so like right here, Midge's house has been moved. Of course, I am actually gonna start building here and get into my island designer. I know a lot of people don't do this to just put down regular custom designs, but I also put in-game pathing down as well. And then my pathing that I've been using for the mass majority of my island has been this really nice dirt path that has two different types of styles on each end. One side, of course, or one section of the path, which is this 9-prong one, it has just like grass on the outside, so that way it looks like, a little bit tufted up on each side. And then the other 9 part of this path has rocks on it. And then sorry, I actually did that wrong. But what I do is I'll put down like just the path itself first, and then I will go back through and put down ones that I feel like there should be rocks there or something like that, or like different middle pieces, because there's rock middle pieces, as you probably can see, and stuff like that as well. I'm kind of glad I did this like simple like lined path, because later on I do put more stuff around in the pink area, because at the time I had no idea what I was planning on doing for the future of the pink area. I honestly was like, I have no clue what I'm gonna put over there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to there. But now that I have everything that I have done, I really do like what I've done in this area. So yeah, this is actually building the little truck here now. The truck consists of two machines in the background then 2 stalls, and then your choice of like ice cream type stuff in the back. You necessarily wouldn't have to do that. You could put another stall or something else in the back to represent the curve of the ice cream, but it kind of like, or the curve of the truck, but the kind of like the curve of the ice cream stuff is kind of cool for this particular truck. I needed to make 2 tires, so of course, you know, the half tires, and then I needed to color code them to white, so that way they would look nice over here, white and pink together. Pretty much is what I'm doing for that, because a lot of the stuff is usually white and pink together, so that's kind of why. And of course, you know, I spaced them out for the tires, and see, that's the ice cream like curved up. And then I forgot to put the lights on the top, so I'm gonna have to do that. At first, I was just gonna put these 2 gyroids here. You'll notice I use a lot of gyroids. I kind of like them, just to be funny, to put them all over the place. But you just use large shark fragments for the very top of like the little ice cream truck lights. Um, so, and then of course, you know, put actual ice cream down on the thing, and I put a pink jelly there as well, just so it's like shows that it serves more than just ice cream. And then I use these cinnamon roll tables with these nice little benches, because if you put those down, the gyroids can sit on them, and that's kind of what I wanted to do in this area, is have the gyroids sitting on those little things. Not in every spot, because I do want my Animal Crossing villagers to also sit on them. So I'm just moving my do-it-yourself workbench and my like little storage shed over here, so I can like use it over here, because I'm going to be putting some pink flamingos back there, and some other stuff too. And of course, you know, I sometimes what I'll do is I will select everything I want to take out, and then I will accidentally not hit confirm. So you'll see me do that a couple times before I actually hit confirm. Okay. Reorganizing all my stuff in my inventory, so I know I had everything. And obviously I needed to get more stuff, like the pagoda thing, or whatever it's called. And of course Novolite, because I've been using Novolites everywhere in like all my builds. Of course, I needed to move all these flowers, because I was planning on putting the flamingos over here and all that stuff. I was kind of hoping I could put a Novolite underneath the pagoda, but it doesn't end up working. I end up putting it behind it. So just be aware that the pagoda itself does not let you put it behind the thing, or below it, I should say. It makes you put it behind it. So, yeah. Okay, and then just slapping those things down. As you can see, I wanted to make sure that the flamingos were the hot pink and the light pink. I didn't want, you know, just one of the things there. And there I am trying to put the Novolite underneath of it, but it just goes right behind it, which I thought looked okay still. And of course, another little thing with a can on it. And then I removed one of the gyroids to put a tape deck there, and I put the bubblegum song there because, you know, I think that's the most ice cream themed one. Plus, you know, it's the most pink song that we have in Animal Crossing New Horizons. At the end of this video, when I get, well, the end of this part, I should say, there is some changes that I do later on, but this is what it's going to look like for a while. So don't be surprised if, like, when you do come here for the, shoot. Sorry, that's my alarm clock telling me to wake up. But, like, don't be surprised when you come here for the Dreamer Dress that there is certain things that have been moved around. It's because, obviously, when I'm going into the other areas, I come back and, like, grab, like, flowers out of the other areas and stuff like that. And this is one of the areas I steal the flowers from. So the flowers I'm putting down right now will change, and obviously even right now, I do change up how I have it um, currently. So you'll see me even take them out right now. So just be aware of like what you see at the finished project of each video is not going to be the finished project of the actual island, because of the fact that I do have to go back around and like move things around. So be aware of that as well. So yeah, just finishing up this little part of the area with like ice cream and of course gyroids, and then putting down some more flowers with my handy dandy thing here. Okay, so this is the whole area done. I do get on my little uniform so that way I look like more like Princess Peach, so you can see it all. Ta-da! And there it all is. Give you guys a good shot of it to see what it looks like without me moving around too much. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. For outside of Midge's house. Of course, now we gotta do the inside of her house and then the outside. So when we get to there, the outside is gonna be very pink, and then the inside is gonna just be what she has inside, but pink oriented. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. Hi, we're talking to Nookie Boy. Let's talk about homes. Go to a residence home. You know, I always do that wrong, by the way. I accidentally always like click on like the wrong thing every single time. It never fails. So yeah. But let's go over to Midge's house on March. I forget how you say her actual name. I'm gonna continue to call her Midge. Okay, so for Midge's house, I just kind of like was playing around with which ones I wanted to do to make it the most pink as possible. And so I ended up going with this look to it, and I wanted the welcome sign on there because just in case if I decided to kind of like make it part of like the ice cream shop thing. Plus the welcome sign is the most pink object that is just pink. Okay, and then we're gonna do the interior. Now Mitch's house is cute themed, and I like the cute theme. I'm just taking out that tub and I'm gonna change everything into pink like I said. Pretty much that's all I really did for Midge's house. I didn't do too much more adding on to her house. I did take out this bench here though, and then put a cube light beside it with some stuff beside it, and a area for her to be able to cook, you know. So I don't understand. One thing I don't understand with the Animal Crossing stuff is why in the heck do they have it to where you can like move stuff in like that little move thing, but then you can't use it for a villager's home. I just don't understand that at all. I don't get that aspect of this particular thing. Is that only used for Happy Home Developer, or is it like used for like when you're on your island? That's one thing I have never understood about this particular game, is that you have this thing to create a room, which I did, by the way. I created this room already how I wanted it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll try it out and put it in there. And so it didn't let me do that, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's weird. So like I just kind of was like, well, we'll just go with what's here and we'll call it good. And I was kind of hoping that I could do that, but it won't let you do that is the thing. I don't know. It was really weird to me, just strange. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm like looking for something to put on her little table here. And also what kind of food she's gonna be cooking forever, when there's like actually no cooking going on over there. I went with this thing. Sorry, I have the, yeah, My throat's been hurting lately, so excuse me in advance. Um, so yeah, I just kind of do what I do here. I think I end up, yeah, I think I end up putting that pink jelly. I'm not sure. Oh no, I put the peach smoothie. That's right. Because I wanted to make sure that the smoothie. I think our island fruit is peach too. So, and then of course on the walls themselves, I had to go and change that one clock over there, which I changed it to the cherry blossom clock because it's more pink than the heart clock, I think, anyways. And plus the wallpaper is the cherry blossom thing, so I kind of try to mimic that. And I was like really debating on like if I should add anything more, and I was like kind of like maybe this or that. You know how that goes when you're decorating a place that you're not really too unsure what you want to do. That was me for sure. I'm debating what should be here. And I didn't want to do too much craziness, to be honest. I was thinking about putting these guys, and I was like, well, nah. I was like, it looks cute. And then I was debating on, like, maybe I should put a rug. Because, like, obviously, a lot of times there would just be rugs in the middle of the floor. And I didn't have really just, like, a pink rug that really screamed out to me. Like, I do have a lot of pink rugs, but I didn't really want anything too crazy. And so this is what it ended up looking like. I ended up keeping her music how it was. I didn't go over and change it or nothing. I just changed the color of the boombox, and that was her house. Now we're going on to the next part of the builds, which is the orange area by Bonnie's house right here. And we're just gonna make it into like a little schoolhouse type thing. So outside of Bonnie's house, I'm gonna make a schoolhouse. And then inside of Bonnie's house, I'm gonna make her house look like she is like the teacher, basically. She's gonna have like a little couch that you can sit on, a little place for her to take notes on like what you say, and then of course a place for her to actually sleep and cook and actually craft. Because if you didn't know, the crafting bench usually turns into the cooking table, but I wanted both in there, like I do for every other house I've been doing. I make sure they have both items, so then that way it's ready to go. I turned it into my orange outfit for here. And then I stupidly put everything down because I did not know I wanted the brick underneath of it. I was just like, grass will be fine. And then later on, I was like really looking at it. I'm like, it's not orange enough because of the fact that, the chalkboard's green, and, there's like certain things that had to be cherry wood because the cherry wood looks orange enough. And then I use these Thanksgiving chairs because they're very orangey and fall colors, which they end up looking really nice, by the way. But the only downfall with these guys is that you can't put gyroids on them, and I was really sad about that. But then I use this cherry wood short tables. Sorry again. I don't know why it keeps going off. Because I didn't fully turn off, that's why. Anyways, I use these cherry wood short tables with this like orangey flower pattern on top. And then I just threw some stuff on there, and then like realized quite quickly I needed one more chair and one more table, and I needed to go get those out. But yeah, so I was like really looking at this, and I was like, it's just too green. It's just too green. I need to put some stuff underneath it here too. So like later on, I go and like make the things I need to go make, and I end up moving everything. So I don't honestly know. Oh yeah, I remember what I was looking for. I was looking for a teacher's desk. I realized I did not have one, and so I was like, well, maybe I have it in here. And then I was like, well, I have to have the other chair and table in here, or chair and obviously the table, but I didn't even have the table. I had to go make that. So I did that really quick too, and grab some fencing, just in case if I wanted to do some fencing. I end up doing fencing, just not with that particular fencing later on. So I craft up my table and of course customization it to the table that we needed. And there it is. And of course I went back here. And then that's when the realization kicked in. I could have been using bricks underneath here. So I kind of lined it up with the trees for like the blocking out of the area and the edge of her house. And I had to pick up everything again. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a better move. And of course, it's never not a video if, my villagers don't get in my freaking way. I'm sure you guys have the same issue in your islands when you play Animal Crossing, that your villagers just come over and, like, bother the heck out of you. Like, Tasha was, like, walking around the thing I just got done placing. And of course, Stitches was talking to Prince over there. And they just did not leave me alone as I was working on this whole area. Now that I've kind of got the majority of it down, I just started placing things because I noticed that Tasha and Prince were talking over there, and they're in that way as well. So I literally couldn't put anything down. I was like, come on, guys, get out of the way. Go, move. As you do. So now I'm putting down the tables and chairs, and then this time I am going to make sure that one table in the back and one table in the front have like stuff on it, like the bundle of books here, and then the other one is going to have the bundle of papers, and they kind of just look like books that are tied up together. I think those look a little bit nicer than like the stack of books, but I also end up making those too later on. Not in this video, but later on down the line. Like I said earlier in the video, there is certain things that I place different places and move things around. So, like, obviously you definitely want to go to the dream address, because not only are you going to be able to get, to see it all in its wholeness without, like, all the stuff being, placed in different spots, but you'll also be able to go get the do-it-yourselves that are technically mine. At the end, I will be doing a grand tour of the place, as a live stream like I usually do. So be on the lookout for that. Don't worry, it's gonna be coming soon, because I've been recording this like a beast lately. And, all that stuff. Now, as you can see, I'm working on the pathway. And I always start off, like I said before, putting the little tufts, and then I will go through and put the rock parts in there, and then like just the other middle parts as well. I didn't want it too bulky, but at the same time I wanted it to be able to come over to the schoolhouse in a fairly, particular manner. So like you walk through here and stuff like that. Like at least it'll look like you're walking through the schoolhouse, or going to the schoolhouse, rather. So I'm just making this like little, board going up that way, and then working my way up. And I know a lot of people don't go into the little island developer thing to put down custom designs. I always do, because when I first started playing this game, I put custom designs down like anyone else before I had the the island designer thing, and it registered them as like trash on the ground, and I just don't want to deal with it later if I have to like take everything out again. So I just kind of always just go into my islands like thing and decorate with it always. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I do. And like I said, I always go through with the base, so that way it's like a lot easier on me. And then I just go around and like take out the ones I need to take out, basically. And if you use a different item, you don't have to like scrape it off and stuff like that. It'll just slap it on top. So it's like you're adding, basically, you're adding highlights to what you've already placed. And And of course, you know, if like I accidentally kick off an area, I don't go into my island developer thing then. I just place it down really quick. But the mass majority of it, I do go into like actually going into the developer thing just to get this all blocked in. And then after this, we're going to move into placing all the flowers in this area and Novalites. And I wanted to grab my workbench because I knew I was going to use that for the Novalites and customization type stuff. I move it over here for now, and then I realized I didn't want it there. I get the orange, and I guess I get the yellow hyacinths for this area. They look orange enough to where I feel like they would be good, I guess, in this area. I didn't realize that when I grabbed them at the point that they weren't the orange ones. I thought they were more orange. But if I need to go back and fix it later, I will. But they're the same type of plant on the top. So depending on what time period I decide to do it, and you won't even notice them because those guys only bloom during the fall season, and you won't even notice that it's yellow in that area. You know, it's just the aesthetics of like the same type of plant, basically. So there's only 5 of that one, so that could be the reason why I did what I did. I don't know. Laziness is definitely one of those things where, like, okay, I'll just grab this because that's what I have, you know what I mean? So, that is exactly what I did. Obviously, I am right now grabbing all my orange flowers, and I wanted to make sure that there was enough of the different types of flowers in the area by the school area to make it look pretty, and I wanted to make sure that they were all kind of different. So I made sure I had 3 of every single kind over there. And I didn't realize at this point that I could have used like some of my like mushrooms over there. So like later on when I do another area, I add orange mushrooms and things like that because obviously you can use those stuff because it's orange. But I just made those 2 Novalites and put away my stuff and then customization these bad boys into being orange. So and I always place these guys down first, just so that way, you know, the flowers can go around them. And then I turn around that clock, so that way it just looks like a smaller Novalite, basically. Picking up the rest of my stuff here. And working on that. So while I'm working on that, I hope that you are enjoying the video so far. I always like overthink areas, especially this part, because like obviously I didn't need to do this. I didn't need to like make sure that they were all different flowers, but I needed to for my aesthetics. So I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. I hope it's not cliche. It probably is, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I've really been debating on what time period I want to save my island in. And I am debating on like if I want to save it during cherry blossom season because then all the trees would be, you know, pink. But I haven't quite decided on like what time period I really want to be placing my Animal Crossing in for the final thing. Obviously, it's going to be placed in this time of year. Well, what year it is on 2023, because like I accidentally needed to make it 2024 because of the fact that I needed to go back in time, or forward in time rather, to go and get some of the stuff that I do later on, and you'll see that later on in another video. Not in this one, but in another video. Like I said, I actually don't know if I said this yet or not, but I've been recording Animal Crossing like a beast because I want to get this particular island theme done and see it through, because I haven't really actually done a full island theme in a while. I give up towards like either the end or I give up towards the beginning. I'm like, I can't do this. Kind of like I did with the steampunk one. Unfortunately, with that one, I just didn't have enough stuff. But now I have a lot of stuff, and I kind of want to go and revisit that one too. But right now, what I'm thinking about is Christmas time, and I want to do maybe another 30-day type thing where it's all Christmas themed, but on Haven Cove, to show you guys, like, what the reason why this was going to become Spin for Island in the beginning was because of the fact that I wanted to give you guys different themes and that I had no control over, and place, like, what I was going to do in Haven Cove and make our new haven. With that idea, I decided, well, why don't I do a Christmas theme for the next one in December? So that's kind of what I'm going to end up doing in December. I want to start doing the Christmas stuff, and to do that, I need to get done with this stuff so I can start doing the Christmas stuff. So yeah, that's the next idea for this island, is to do Christmas themed. So I had to go talk to Dear Orville to go to work to go get a school bench because I didn't have any. So let me go do that really quick. Okay, and we're back, and I have the school bench there for the teacher, which is basically Bonnie, and now we're going to go and actually decorate inside of her house and get all that done. So yay, it's ready to go, and of course it's the next day because I needed to kind of stop recording, and Bill danced with me. It's so cute. And then I don't know what else. I was like, I think I was looking for something, and I was like, wait, I need to go and do this. So I was like, wait, I already looked there. So I've been looking for the spinning wheel, if you guys didn't know, for my Animal Crossing, for like the board. I've been looking for it quite consistently for a long time. Like off camera, I've been looking for the spinning wheel. At this point, I took a lot of time just looking for that spinning wheel. Now I'm gonna go do Bonnie's house, and like I said, I'm gonna make her house into kind of like a school house, with a all the stuff I said earlier, interior and exterior. So we're gonna do the exterior first. I wanted to make sure it was very orange, like I did for Midge's house. I made sure it was very pink. I was wondering if I should add a thing outside of it. I was really looking, really debating, and I didn't want the same thing over and over again, so I just kind of went with nothing that time around. And I said, okay, Bonnie will be so excited. I know she is gonna be so excited. So off we go into the making this her thing, and I was like, oh, her house is kind of cute, but it's pink themed. We can't have that. So I was starting to take out things individually, because I was like, maybe I might keep a few things. And I was like, well, let's work on her wall. What should her wall be? And obviously I was like, we definitely want a teacher themed, teacher. And I was like, well, the ground needs to be very orange. And I was looking for that then, and I was like, oh, that looks good. And I was like, okay, we gotta just take everything out, because yeah. So and then I was like, wait, do I have the orange rug? I do have the orange rug. Yes. So I threw that down. And at this point too, I did go around and make a lot of stuff, so I made sure that we did have a lot more stuff. I still don't have the smaller workbench, which I'm going to go and craft literally sometime today or tomorrow. But I need to craft that smaller bench for the workbench for my villager houses, because I just don't have it, and it looks so weird with the bigger benches, and I can make that smaller bench look so much nicer. But anyways, I digress. So I made this little chair, and I made it the chairs outside and with the same pattern, and I put a little desk in her house. And then I was debating on what kind of bed I should give her, and I was like, a messy bed with the same pattern on it, perfect. So there's a book on it. And then I wanted to give her this orange little change your clothes thing. And then I was like, oh shoot, I need to give her a kitchen too. And I was like, well, let's give her the small kitchen thing. Well, there's not really orange in that either. And I was like, trying to but at the same time, I didn't want to have them bring in their own thing, because a lot of times it takes out stuff, so I didn't want that. So I started playing around with some of the stuff, and I kind of like the, you know, of course, I like the festival stuff, and of course, the festival stuff has a lot of orange in there. And I moved down this, and I was like, well, put this behind that, and that'll look really cool. Take that one out, and that looks nice. And then I was like, okay, well, we need to have a speaker for this. So I put the speaker out, and then I went over and like picked what I thought was the most orange looking thing. And then I was like, well, we gotta make it the schoolhouse one. So I think I ended up making it the schoolhouse one. I changed it to the schoolhouse one, changed the color of the speaker, put it on top, and called it good. And I will go around and try to go into everybody's house at the end, so you guys can get an idea of what everything sounds like at the very end. So I do have that now too. And then I went with this like simple stool with the same type of pattern for her chair there, and it kind of brought the inside from the out, or brought the outside from the inside. And I was like still trying to debate on like what I should make for her like cooking area and her crafting area, you know. I needed to go back to that. And I was like, well, you can cook on that too, and like on these stoves, I don't know. So I just put down the smaller ones, and then I was like really debating on like that too for that one side. I'm like, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look like what a teacher would have. So like I went with ultimately a white workbench and a white stove beside her, you know, little place. And then I was like, wait, there needs to be a place that maybe we can add in here. So I was like, wait, let's move this over here. So that way it looks like she's taking notes of like this person, like if they come in type scenario, move that over there. And then I was like, they have to have a toilet, because like I thought that would be really funny as they come into Bonnie's house to use the bathroom. And so like obviously I decided to go with the outside toilet by the corner here. And I was like, where is it? I just saw it. Yeah, I was looking for it actively, and I was like, oh, there it is, the bathroom stall. So I put the bathroom stall on there, made it white, and then did this graffiti thing. And I was like, that is so funny. We gotta have a place for them to wash their hands. And then I was like, well, is there an oranger type of sink? Is there orangey ones? I was gonna do the simple sink that I have crafted in the past, and I was like, trying to debate on that too. And I was like, okay, well, we'll go with that. And then I was like actively looking for it again. So I was like, okay, there we go. Why did I even change it? But this is what it ended up looking like. I was like making sure Bonnie can actually like lay down on the table, move that over, made this into the orange icon from our like little board that we have outside. And it looked really cute. This is Bonnie's house. And now we're going to move on to Stitch's house. Okay, and there's her house done. I hope you like how it looks. I think it looks really cute. And onward to Stitch's house. And now I'm moving on to Stitch's house. Of course, Stitch's house is going to be rainbow themed, and obviously, because Stitch's is the rainbow bear and he's in the rainbow area. So for his house, I wanted to bring in colors I haven't used yet over in there. So like purple and pink for sure. I knew I wanted those two colors because I knew that wasn't part of like the actual outside of like where he was at. And I definitely wanted to make sure I had those two colors in particular for like either the roof or the siding or what have you. And I really like these circle houses. They just look so much cuter ultimately. And I knew that I wanted to give them a wreath too, because like the wreaths are always so rainbowy. So like I was trying to debate on like if I should make the house pink or what have you, or like should I make the door pink. I think I go with this blue here for sure, and then I went with the pink door with the purple top on it. And I was just trying to debate on if I should make the door yellow And I think I ended up making the door yellow with that wreath on top of it. Onward into the inside. Now for the inside, I decided to change obviously the carpet to this puzzle piece looking thing. I really like that carpet for like a kid's area. This is like a daycare basically for your kid, is what Stitch's house is supposed to be. And so I put this rug down to do the other colors that are supposed to be there. For the bed here, I put my patchwork thing down, and I just went with the white. For the little stand here, I did the same thing, and then I took out that carpet. Was trying to debate if I wanted to put a different carpet there or not. Ultimately, I end up not putting anything there because it kind of takes up too much of the room for everything else. For the wallpaper, at first I go with this butterfly looking wallpaper because it is one of my favorite wallpapers I have in Animal Crossing, and it's very rainbowish, but I was like, that looks okay. It wasn't my favorite idea. Went with the stained glass wall fixture because it's the most rainbow one, and then I was trying to debate on how to put in his kitchenware and his table here, so I got rid of that like little stand and I made them blue, because there wasn't like a whole heck of a lot of nice colors for these and to make them match. So I went with a cute set and the cute things there. I don't know why I moved that tissue box in the first place. I moved it back, but I ended up bringing out this nice little place to play music off of, because it does become rainbow on the outside when it does play. And I don't know why I stopped like the decorating just to move it. I could have done that in there. I don't know why I didn't. I put a unicorn because, gotta have a unicorn. Changed up what the dog looked like, made him the green one. For the bear, I wanted to give him the Haven flag, so he couldn't stay this dark color, so I think I made him yellow. And then, of course, I had to change this color because I made the bear yellow, so that looked good. Changed that to being pink, and it was looking really cute. And of course, for the music, I went with KK Disco because it's the most rainbow one, but I was double checking if it was. I know there's another song that has like says rainbow in it, but I don't have it. So this is what Stitch's house looks like. And I was like looking at it, and I was like, there has to be something I'm missing. Like, this doesn't seem like there's like, it's cute. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like, I felt like something was missing. Like, I thought the wallpaper was too white or something. I don't know. To me, something was like off. So I had to go back into the editor after a minute. I was like, maybe it's the rug. Maybe the rug is what's the problem. And I wish I thought about this sooner, but I could have used the patchwork, like texture thing I made for the rug. It would have been so cute on the floor, and I could have made his bed into some different colors and stuff like that. But I ultimately just go back to the blue and pink rug as his rug, and the purple. For the walls, I end up changing it to this party wall that you can get from like getting your birthday party, and I thought that was super cute. I was like, there it is, I wanted that. So that was Stitch's house. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me doing this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!